I was about 4.5 when she was born. I don't really remember much about when my mom was pregnant, but I remember after, because it used to just be me and my brother. My mom would take care of my brother and my dad would take care of me. Well, now it was my mom taking care of my sister and my dad taking care of my brother and I. And so it took a lot of attention away from me, and it just kind of hit me all at once. Not the greatest point.
Well, I know he was born with two small kidneys that never really worked like that. And I know that he had to go through a lot with his illness, and it also put me through a lot also with him being sick. It sometimes made me cry at the same, cry because I'm like, my mom gotta go back in the hospital, and my brother, and I don't want him to get poked with needles and people doing things to him that he don't want to be done, but I'm like, at the same time, he need to be healed. And I pray that he get his kidney every night and pray for him that everything go good for him at the hospital.
How do you think your brother's been with all of this?
He's taken it pretty okay. He has some bits of, he worries about me a lot. And, all the kids at school will, go up to him like, hey, how's Mike doing? And, trying to they cheer him up, and but he takes it a little hard.
When he was born with a hypoplastic left heart syndrome, and he had about 6 open heart surgeries, I think. And when he was around 2nd grade, he started to get really ill. It went from and when he had to get admitted into a wheelchair, really close to his transplant, and he was placed on the list a year before he got his transplant, a year or 2, I'm not sure, but he was very sick at the end. He always used to complain my heart hurts, so he couldn't really play outside. So it took a little time after he got his transplant, but he's back to normal now and he can play. He has a lot of energy.
Having a sister with special needs, day to day, it's sometimes kind of hard to get the help that I need because Katie needs the help that a lot more than I do. And she has medical needs and just day-to-day stuff that she requires help with. And also it slows down what I do. Last night, for example, I had a game to get to, and my mom had to help Katie with her math homework. And so, normal kids have to have help too, but it took her 2 hours to do 10 problems. So it's just kind of slowing everything down.
Yeah, it affected me in a positive and a negative way, I have to say, because at the same time it was my mom can't be here for me, but I understand, I remind myself, she had to be there for my younger brother because he needed her more there. But as I look back now, it's it kind of made me more independent.
The advice that I would give to other siblings with special needs is definitely talk to somebody, because for a while I wasn't talking to anybody, especially in my family. I kind of just stayed in my room and was my own person by myself. And that's a lot harder than having someone to talk to, even if it's just venting.
What was it like for you when he was really sick? How did that affect you?
Well, I didn't really know about it too much. At the end I got worried when he was in a wheelchair. I started to get worried because I thought he was getting really sick. But I was normally used to it, and I didn't really get told much, so I hadn't really have a good knowledge of it. But yeah, I think it's better to not have as much knowledge so you don't worry about it so much.
What helped you to get through that tough time in your family?
Well, I went to I went to sleep over at a bunch of friends' houses when he was in the hospital. playing outside, doing anything. I mean, that's what helped me get through that time. Like just seeing a bunch of my friends and just having fun to forget about Tom.
My brother was 8 when I was dealing with everything. My sister was 5. So, I mean, they were kind of little and probably not totally aware of what all happened, but talking with them about what it was like, they said the same thing as, you know, it was like we had a little brother that wasn't going to make it anymore, and he was never home because he was always at the hospital. And I can remember my brother saying in one of his news interviews back then that it was finally going to be good to have my little brother home again.
I tell my friends before they come over or before they meet my sister that I have a sister with special needs. She's okay. She doesn't need all the attention, because for a while my friends would come over and I was like 7, and Katie would be like, "Do you guys want to play Barbies with me?" And I'd say no, and they'd say, "Sure." And that happened every time. So now I'd say, "Just ignore her. It's okay. She'll live."
That's great.
So I guess it impacts them kind of the same way it does my parents. It's just they have a whole different outlook on life and how they choose to live theirs.
First, I wouldn't think about it too much. I would just try to have as much fun as you can and try to do things to take your mind off it, because you won't have as much stress.
I would tell them to just keep going through what you're going through, because in the end, you're going to come through and you're going to have your time to shine, and it's going to be all worth it. And you think back on it like, wow, all the things I went through, but it's going to be worth it now.
Try and make him feel like he's not alone, and that, you know, that you're behind him, and that no matter what happens, that you'll be there for him. I think that'll help.
Sometimes it was just like the little things that he would do, like take us out to McDonald's for breakfast on a school day, or play a board game with us, or I don't know, when my mom got home and she was so tired, but she'd give us a hug anyway. And for other siblings with sisters or brothers with special needs, I definitely say just treat them like a normal kid, because just because they're slightly different doesn't mean that they don't have feelings. Like for a while, I was so mean to her, and I feel guilty about that. But I was mad at her for a long time, and that's okay. It's okay to be mad, and it's okay to be frustrated, but don't keep it inside. Just tell somebody, whether it's a friend, a teacher, anybody.